Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. In our last episode, Kefka showed up to the town of the Massa and really put a damper on our plans. It turns out that the peace treaty was all a big pile of shit, basically, and both Kefka and the Emperor made it through the sealed gate to the Esper world, and as you saw, are now in control of the statues and essentially in control of all magic itself. And we definitely need to put a stop to that and save the world. But first, we need to take care of a few things. And where's my map? Okay. So our first stop is Doma. That's relatively close. Oh, where is it? There it is. Today's going to be kind of a short episode. I do have plans for off-screen content, but I'll be taking care of that, well, off-screen. So I'll be doing as much as I can on-screen for you guys, which, to be honest, isn't a whole lot. But here we get an ether and an elixir in the clock, of course. Let's see. I think we already got this remedy last time. Yeah. So yeah, basically today I just want to wrap up a few loose ends, teach some new blue magic to Strago, and pick up a few items here and there. And then the other preparations I want to make for the floating continent will be done off-screen. Anyways, come over here for a Phoenix down. Awesome. And the beads relic. Essentially useless in the original version and the PlayStation 1 version. However, in other versions of the game, not bad. It gives you 20% physical evade, so that could be useful. If you're playing this on the Game Boy Advance or the iPhone, 20% evade is nothing to laugh at. That's pretty good. But for my playstyle and for this LP, it won't be happening. Now here, we can grab an X potion because Cyan is not having a hissy fit over his wife and kid dying. Okay, well that's all that we can do here in Doma. So next, let's go to South Figaro. The town itself is literally unchanged. However, I do want to run into a certain monster outside of there. And you know what? Actually, let's do it over here at Mount Colts. Not that it matters particularly, but I seem to have better luck over on this side. And, of course, now that I'm recording, I have the worst luck ever. So what I'll do is just run into these, well, not these guys, but the monster in question, off-screen. Hopefully it won't take forever and a day, like last time. Okay, here we are, guys. This is the Greasemonk. You can also run into them, I believe, outside of Nikea. But what you want to do is confuse them, either with the Noiseblaster or the Muddle spell, or even summoning Cait Sith, and they will use Step Mine. Wow, pretty powerful. Now that blue magic, it's unblockable, it cannot be evaded, and it bases its damage based on, well, how many steps you've taken. So eventually, as the game progresses on, that will become more powerful. So let's see, the next area I want to go to is the Belt. And actually I want to get Relm in my party. Hey, come here. Still want Strago, obviously, and Gaw, just in case. And let's see. We don't necessarily need Edgar, but I do need someone that can cast Muddle. Okay, we'll bring Celis. Since we don't get any experience on the belt, I may as well give her a head start on learning some spells. And we will need the Muddle spell. So now what I'm going to do is run into the battles I want to off-screen because this can potentially take a while. If you want to know what I'm looking for, Pipsqueaks, you want to have Relm sketch them so Strago can learn the Roulette blue magic. I'm also looking for the Trapper, which is that little satellite thing with arms that we met up with outside of the research facility. And I also want to meet up with an Intangir, although that one is not as critical, but if it happened... Oh, very nice, Pipsqueaks right off the bat. If you do run into the Intangir, you actually want to have Gaw leap so you can learn the Rage. And basically what the... Oh, it didn't show it, but yeah, instant death. What Roulette does... Actually... No, gotta be careful. Get to Celis' turn, thank you. Hey, sweet. What I should mention, first of all, is that if you're on wow. If you are on the Veld learning blue magics, and you end the battle by having Gaw leap, Strago will not learn the blue magic. So do not do that. What Roulette does is it'll randomly pick either one of your party members or an enemy and try to instant death them. So that can be a little risky. You know what, since we're not getting experience, we're going to have her start working on Bismarck so she can use some basic elemental spells. Strago, I also want to learn some elemental spells, and you can just heal us up. So yeah, Roulette, not too practical, but it's there. This is the earliest point in the game in which you can learn it. There are other ways, and when we come across them, I will point those out to you. 2 for 2? No. Okay. Yeah, so now off screen I will run into either the Intangir, if I'm lucky enough, or the Chaser enemy, again, if I'm lucky enough. And when we come back, I will have that on screen for you. Yeah, Relm, punch him in the face. Okay guys, we're back with the Chaser. This took about 10 minutes off screen to run into him. Now hopefully this is the right version of the Chaser that I'm looking for. We'll find out in just a second. Actually no, I'm very glad that did not kill him. I want to confuse this guy first. Okay, let's get back to Celis' turn and muddle this guy. That was close. Maybe I should heal him just in case so he doesn't kill himself. Yeah, I might do that because I hit him pretty hard there with that bolt spell. Now eventually, when he's confused, he'll cast a spell that Strago can learn. And that was not it. Does Strago have Muddle? No, he does not. I have him on Phantom, by the way, because he finished off Madoin. And I have her on Shote because she finished off Stray. Okay, this could take a little while, unfortunately. Now, you can also learn this particular blue magic from the Telstar. If you run into that enemy first, to learn it from him, just sit around for 10 turns, and on his 10th turn in battle, he will use the blue magic spell. Why it takes that long for him to use it, I don't know. And why this guy is not using it again, I don't know. We're just going to defend, because, yeah, that is not the attack. And that better not kill him. Okay, we're good. Feels so weird curing enemies to keep them alive. There we go, Dischord, finally. Level is cut in half, alright. Okay, now we want to kill this guy. And hopefully it will be the version of the formation that I'm looking for. Hey, it was! Alright, trappers. You remember these guys from the magic facility. Now, these guys can give us 3 new blue magic spells. Level 4 Flare, awesome. I'm gonna start confusing these guys to level 3 Muddle as well. Oh, that could be bad. Yeah, Gaw, we are not having you be confused. Oh man, really? The one person. Hey, level 5 Doom. Okay, well, that's everything. So let's just end this battle quickly. So yeah, you can learn level 3 Muddle, level 4 Flare, and level 5 Doom from these guys. In addition to Dischord, we just learned a decent chunk of the blue magic spells for Strago. Alright, very, very nice. Let's take a look at some of those. Yeah, these are all pretty obvious, and I think I went over them when we first saw them, but it'll confuse any enemy that has a level multiple of 3. Same with 4, it'll cast Flare, and Doom will just try to instantly kill anyone with a level of multiple of 5. So, there you go. Dischord, wow, 68 MP, but it cuts an enemy's level in half. Essentially, it cuts their damage output in half. And we got Roulette, and we can also learn one more from the Intangir Rage. However, I didn't run into it yet, so I'm going to take a few minutes off screen to try to meet up with it and leap on him with Gaw to learn the Rage. And if I can, in a reasonable amount of time, I'll show you guys. But if not, we'll just continue on. Alright, finally! Wow, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. I don't recommend doing this, guys. If you don't want to take the time to get the Intangir Rage, I completely understand. However, I did want to show it off to you guys, that it is indeed possible to get the Intangir Rage. Now, the reason it took so long is because I ran into the grenade enemy, which you might remember is that really, really rare monster in Bomb Forest. I'm like, ooh, sweet, I'll pick up that Rage. So I leaped on him, and the very next battle was the Intangir, of course. And, you know, I kill it with instant death. And of course, Gaw does not come back, so I don't learn it. So I have to run around, and I come across Chaser, and again, same thing. I leaped on him, and like 2 battles later was the Intangir, and again, I didn't learn it. So it took a lot longer than it should have, which is my own fault. But eventually, I did pick up Intangir. The other Rage you want to pick up for Gaw, it's a lot more common. It's the Zombone Rage, which is that purple bone zombie dragon thing. There it is, from the Sealed Gate cavern. Much easier to pick up, and I recommend it because we can learn even more blue magic. And again, we could learn these easier later on in the game, but I wanted to show you guys the earliest in which you can learn them. And if you're a fan of Gaw, you probably have these rages anyways. So first things first, let's use Zombone if I can find it. Yeah, as you can see, I picked up a lot of other rages along the way as well. And this is the Condemned magic spell. Essentially what it does is it puts a doom counter on them, and when that reaches 0, they die. Now we can't even see the counter on the enemy, so I don't know if it works or not. I guess if they just randomly die, you'll know, but that takes too long. So Strago should learn Condemned, yes. Get into one more battle. Okay, this works. How to find Intangir. Oh wow, that gives him auto vanish. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the special ability, Pep Up, is not so cool. It's kind of like Exploder. Wow, he picked himself. That's weird. But what it does is it'll sacrifice the caster, just like Exploder. But instead of dealing damage, it'll pick one of your allies at random to heal them. In this case, Gaul picked himself. That's really weird. But yeah, Strago learned Pep Up. Not useful or practical pretty much ever, but it's there. And again, we could learn that later on in the game, but figured I'd do it now. So, with all of that said and done, gosh, I'm out of Phoenix Downs. That is not cool. So let's take a look at Strago. These are all of the, I believe, possible blue magics that we can learn during the first half of the game. We have Condemned, Roulette, Aqua Rake, Whirlwind, all the level X spells, Step Mine, very useful. So yeah, we got most of his blue magics already, so we're in pretty good shape there. I believe that's it for treasures and side quests as well. So now what I want to do before heading to the floating continent, off screen of course, is do a little bit of grinding. I want to get some spells for Relm and Strago there. Not all of them, again, just the essentials. You know, some cure magic, definitely some black magic. And for Celis, I want to get her caught up with Terra. Now, as far as level grinding goes, I'm not going to go all out like I mentioned in the previous video or the video before that, but I do want to get a couple characters up to level 30, which is the recommended level for this point in the game, and it's usually where I'm at the floating continent. So I'll be taking a few characters up to level 30, which, as you can see here, is very minimal grinding. And the best place to do that is in the mountains west of the Massa. Just bring a character there on their own. Make sure they have like Fire 2, and just start killing battles inside the caverns. If you run into two of those Adamankites, you get like 2,900 experience, which, yeah, even at these levels is a very big chunk of experience. So I'm going to take care of all of that off screen. I'm going to be doing that with Terra, Celis, probably Strago, and Sabin. Maybe Relm too, just to get her caught up on magic power. But yeah, essentially I want to give them Zone Seek just to boost up their magic stat as much as I can. And when we come back next time, we'll go after Kefka and the Emperor on that floating continent. So until then, you guys have a good day, and take care.